Well, you know, listen, if you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
Here's the thing. When someone has nothing real to say, they just keep talking in circles. That's basically what happens on The View *. Most people watching at home don't connect with what the hosts are saying, and honestly, they might be better off getting their news somewhere else. Whoopi Goldberg has been the boss of The View * for years, cutting people off, shutting down different opinions, and acting like everything she says is always right. But one moment changed everything, and it was Karoline Leavitt who surprised everyone. The episode started off like usual, eye rolls, laughs, and all the hosts agreeing with each other. But what happened next? Totally unexpected.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though. It's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
Whoopi, confident as always, leaned back, ready to steer the conversation like she usually does. Then the topic of wokeness came up. A word *, The View * practically treats like sacred ground. They defend it like it's part of their core identity, because honestly, it kind of is. Feeling untouchable, Whoopi fired the first shot. With her usual smirk, she pointed at Karoline and said, "Without wokeness, you wouldn't even have this job." And just like that, the whole mood in the room changed. The audience got quiet. Even Joy Behar, who's made a career out of mocking conservatives, suddenly looked a little uneasy in her seat.
Ma'am, I'm going to stop this interview if you continue to attack my colleagues. I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now, as
I'm
for
sorry,
this
guys.
debate,
We're going to come back out to the panel. Karoline, thank you very much for your time.
That was so good.
What Whoopi says next is exactly what you'd expect, predictable and honestly kind of annoying. After all these years on the show, you think she'd come up with something fresh, maybe switch it up a bit. But nope, same old routine. Let's see what she throws out there this time.
In a statement afterwards, this young lady claimed her, quote, on-air snub proves that you-know-who will not be treated fairly in the upcoming debate. Now, do you think this is going to make people doubt whether CNN can stay objective, or is this more the same of, everybody's against me, it's all rigged, I tell you. Is everything rigged?
No, it's their MO. That's what they do. Rachel Maddow said last week, she's like, if the election is lost, it was rigged. If there's a debate, then the moderators are probably biased and they're prejudiced against me.
The room got tense. Everyone could feel it. Something big was about to happen. And honestly, Whoopi wasn't ready for it. She had just taken a shot at Karoline's whole career, basically saying she didn't earn her place and only got there because of wokeness. It was rude, dismissive, and meant to insult. The audience clapped a little, some laughed, but you could tell people felt awkward, like Whoopi had gone too far. But Karoline didn't panic. She didn't get mad or rush to defend herself. Instead, she gave a calm, confident smile. The kind of smile that says, "You messed up." If you're enjoying this moment, hit like and subscribe because it gets even better. Karoline hit back with real facts. She brought up government reports showing where taxpayer money was going, like gender studies in other countries and social programs overseas. She connected the dots and showed how wokeness had gone from a social idea to a political tool used to shut people down. And Whoopi? She wasn't laughing anymore.
Divisive and disgusting speech that any president, certainly in my lifetime, has ever given. He essentially waged war on half of the country by saying that we are all a threat to democracy because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not radical to want to have a strong border, a strong military, and to unleash the might of your own economy, not economies around the world.
She's incredibly well-spoken, isn't she? It's honestly surprising that the hosts on The View * chose to mock her instead of supporting a fellow woman. That alone says a lot about what their real priorities might be. Let's see how this plays out. Karoline's clearly not done yet, and something tells me she's about to drop more truth they won't be able to brush off.
You know, we have seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race and gender and all of this other BS, quite frankly.
Whoopi, who's usually in control of the conversation and quick to shut people down, was clearly caught off guard. She shifted in her seat, her usual confident look gone. Her hands fidgeted, and for once, she didn't know what to say. Karoline stayed calm and strong, not letting Whoopi interrupt or take over. It was clear to everyone watching. Whoopi had walked into a corner, and there was no easy way out. She tried to speak but stopped. Tried again, still nothing. The audience, normally loud with support, stayed quiet. Even the crew seemed unsure whether to zoom in or go to commercial. Whoopi just sat there stuck. She had no comeback, no joke, no smart reply. Karoline made a powerful point. If wokeness is really about diversity and inclusion, why do people attack conservative women? Why is tolerance only shown to those who agree? Whoopi had no answer. The room stayed tense. Joy Behar tried to make a joke to break the silence, but it didn't help. For the first time, Whoopi had nothing, and it all happened live on air.
Well, you know, listen, if you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Right.
That's what you hear.
Yeah.
When they don't have anything to hold you with, nothing to make you think about what they have to say.
It's tough to watch, honestly. Her responses sound so immature and dismissive, especially when she's hit with facts she can't argue. It really makes you question how someone like her still has such a big platform. She clearly doesn't bring much depth to the conversation. It somehow still holds influence. Maybe it's just because she's been part of daytime TV for so long. But by now, you think they'd bring in someone who actually adds real value to the discussion. It's kind of shocking.
They talk at you, not to you, and that's what she was doing, and she was doing it, and it's not new.
No.
But everybody's hip to you all now.
Yeah.
And we are anticipating that you are not prepared. Because you keep saying you going and you preparing when you're on the trail.
The internet went wild when Whoopi's reaction spread across social media, memes, clips, and endless commentary. But this wasn't the first time Whoopi caused trouble. Over the years, she's brought one controversy after another to The View from insensitive comments to defending questionable people. Recently, a string of defamation lawsuits hit ABC one after the other. First Carrie Underwood, then Elon Musk, and now Karoline Leavitt. These lawsuits are making it harder for ABC to ignore the fallout from Whoopi's words. And this time, Whoopi couldn't blame anyone else. When Carrie performed at Trump's inauguration, Whoopi and her co-hosts slammed her, saying she ruined her career and was linked to hate. But Carrie didn't back down. Instead of a statement or tweet, she filed a $1 billion lawsuit. When the case went to court, something shocking came out, something Whoopi never saw coming.
You saw live on this program yesterday. Joy Behar stirring the pot of controversy after saying this about Karoline.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
Do you want to take this?
No, you cannot be attractive and smart. I will try to give Joy the benefit, and oh, thank you. I try to give Joy the benefit of the doubt that she didn't see that briefing. Because if you saw that yesterday on numerous topics, no big binder, I think she might have had a different impression of this young woman who held her own.
It's refreshing to see someone break free from the usual narrative. Watching someone confidently stand their ground with facts feels like a win, especially when the usual voices start to fall apart. It's satisfying to hear a perspective that's free from the typical agenda.
I mean, you would have to give her the benefit of the doubt that she did absolutely no research or reading about anything dealing with Karoline Leavitt before she made that remark. Because Karoline Leavitt she went to St. Anselm College. She worked for WMUR
Ran for
TV.
Congress?
In New Hampshire, she ran for Congress at the age of 25, put on a very good campaign. She lost by 8 or 9 points, but she still put on a good campaign. Then she was the press secretary for the Trump campaign, going on TV literally every day.
Well, heavily pregnant and a new mom.
Pregnant. Yeah, she's a new mother. And then she goes out yesterday and gives an